Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you are, greetings. My name is Coach AD, and welcome to today's session of the Mastermind Mastery Meeting. What we are going to cover today is, in my opinion, exciting, because we're going to literally cover the rules for creating a truly great team. If you are part of this business, this applies to the team you lead. If you are listening from the world, somewhere in the world, and you have your own business, these rules apply to you too. Whether this is a sports team, whether this is a business organization, anywhere you have people you are leading from point A to point B, that's your team. Anyway, like I said, I'm Coach AD, and I'm excited to share these valuable insights with you. So, building a strong and cohesive team is essential for achieving remarkable results. So how do you do that? Number one, foster team spirit and morale. Team spirit and morale are the heart and soul of any successful team. It's the intangible energy that fuels what? Collaboration, motivation, and a sense of belonging. As leaders, it's our responsibility to create an environment where team members feel connected, supported, and motivated to give their best. Especially in this business, you don't have to wait on your teammates to speak to the coach. You, as a business owner within the business, lead your team. Make them feel, special. To foster team spirit, you have to promote open communication and encourage the sharing of ideas, opinions, and feedback. This creates a sense of inclusivity and allows each team member to feel shared, valued, and heard. We should foster a culture where everyone feels comfortable expressing their thoughts and contributing to the team's goals. Again, please understand, if it's a brand new person, that's essential. If it's a person who's been around and they just don't want to do what needs to be done, that's another issue entirely. So I'm not saying go get a person who's been around for a while but isn't really making your team move forward, but who has 3,000 ideas that only he or she understands. That's not the kind of person this is in reference to. Also, celebrate both individual and team achievements regularly. This plays a vital role in boosting morale. Recognizing and acknowledging the efforts and successes of team members helps create a positive atmosphere and reinforces a sense of accomplishment. This can be done through public recognition. I mean, when we have training, for example, call out your team members' names. When they do something great, say, hey, this person did that, that person did this. Or, other forms of public recognition, rewards, or even simple gestures like, hey, thank you for stepping up when you didn't have to. As leaders, it's important to lead by example and demonstrate enthusiasm, passion, and dedication. When team members see their leaders actively engaged and invested in the team's goals, it inspires them to do the same. I'm talking of the right people. Some people, doesn't matter what you do, they wouldn't do anything. Well, that's another point we'll cover shortly. By consistently demonstrating a positive attitude, we set the tone for the team and encourage others to follow suit. Furthermore, team building activities and events can also contribute to fostering team spirit and morale. These activities create opportunities for team members to bond, collaborate, and develop stronger relationships. Again, you are the leader of your team. Gather your people and do things with them. If you are virtually scattered all over the country, you can do Zooms where you play, maybe you do something like an icebreaker where you chit chat, where you just spend time with them. So again, it could be anything that encourages camaraderie and creates memorable experiences. Team spirit and morale are not one-time achievements, by the way. They require continuous effort and nurturing. It's like plants. You have to water your plants regularly. So have literal push points. Like we have our M3 every morning at 10:30 where we encourage teammates to join. You want to do the same thing. You want to have push points where people are able to log in, join you, support you, and do whatever needs to be done to feel like they're part of the team. The next thing you want, by the way, by prioritizing team spirit and morale, you build a cohesive and motivated team that can overcome challenges, support one another, and consistently deliver exceptional outcomes. When individuals feel a sense of belonging and purpose, they are more likely to go above and beyond contribute their unique skills, and work together towards shared goals. So as you build your team, make fostering team spirit and morale a priority in your leadership journey. Together, you and your teammate will create an environment where every team feels empowered, valued, and a teammate feels empowered, valued, and motivated to reach new heights. Number 2, spot the good players and the bad players. One key factor in creating a great team is the ability to identify the good players and the bad ones. As a leader, what do you want to do? As a leader, it's crucial to have a keen eye for talent and to make informed decisions about the composition of your team. Identifying the good players involves recognizing individuals who consistently exhibit exceptional skills, dedication, and a strong work ethic. These are the team members who consistently go above and beyond, consistently deliver outstanding results, and consistently contribute to the team's success. They possess the necessary knowledge, expertise, and attitude that align with the team's goals and values. On the other hand, identifying the bad players is equally important. These are individuals who consistently underperform, display a negative attitude, or fail to meet the team's expectations. It's essential to address any performance or behavioral issues promptly so as to maintain the overall effectiveness of the team. When identifying good players, it's important to consider their strengths and how they can contribute to the team's objective. Recognize their unique abilities, recognize their unique talents, and leverage them in roles that align with their abilities. So, for example, here, we have people who are very good with paperwork. We have people who are very good with talking to people off the edge, of the ledge, or the edge, ledge, whatever. We have people who are very good at explaining things. Utilize people based on their abilities while they develop other abilities. Provide them with opportunities to further develop their skills and grow to their fullest potential. Similarly, when dealing with bad players, it's extremely important to assess whether their performance can be improved through coaching, training, or additional support. For some people, unfortunately, it doesn't matter what you do, nothing is going to help. Sometimes individuals may be struggling due to external factors. Maybe they have a lack of clarity. Maybe they have inadequate resources. So as a leader, it's your responsibility to identify these challenges and provide necessary guidance and support. That's literally what you have to do. If you don't do it on your team, nobody will. However, if you have someone that is a bad egg in your group, and you see that your efforts are ineffective, you have a bad egg in your group, and you see that what you're doing does not help because their attitude persists, then it may be necessary to make the tough decision of removing them from the team. In this business, everybody is a volunteer. For lack of a better term, we're business partners. It's not an employee-employer relationship. So the best thing you can do is just stop spending time with that person. Isolate the person from whatever it is you're doing. Let them figure things out on their own. Because if you are chasing bad players, as opposed to working with your good players, you're going to burn yourself out. So again, and also remember, spotting good players and bad players isn't solely based on individual performance. It also involves assessing their compatibility with the team's culture, value, and goals. A good player not only excels individually, but also collaborates effectively, communicates openly, and supports the growth of their teammates. So look for a team player or for team players who contribute positively to the overall team spirit and morale. As leaders, it's our responsibility to provide regular feedback and evaluations to ensure that team members are aware of their performance and understand how they contribute to the team's success. At times, as leaders, we're going to get tired of saying the same thing to the same person over and over again. But if you see that the person is really someone who has hope, then it's worth doing. But then you're going to run into people that no matter how much feedback you give them constant feedback, they don't listen. Again, at that point, cut your losses, burn them out of don't burn them physically, but burn, whatever the term is, stop wasting your time. So by identifying and nurturing good players while addressing the challenges posed by the bad ones, we will create a team that operates at its highest potential. This results in increased productivity, collaboration, and overall success. One thing we'll also have to remember is building a team is not just about assembling a group of individuals, not like Avengers Assemble or whatever it is in the Marvel universe. It's about finding the right people who can complement each other's strengths, support one another, and work towards a common goal. By spotting the good players and addressing the challenges with the bad ones, we ensure that our team is equipped with the right talent to achieve extraordinary results. So, whether it's this team or your team, be diligent in recognizing the good players and addressing the challenges posed by the bad ones. With the right individuals in place, any team can achieve remarkable results and surpass all expectations. Number 3, and I spoke about this earlier, you have to identify troublemakers and get rid of them. One of the most important aspects of creating a team is the ability to identify troublemakers and take appropriate action to remove them from the team. Troublemakers can significantly impact team dynamics, can significantly impact morale, and significantly impact overall productivity. Identifying troublemakers requires a keen sense of observation. You have to keep your eyes open and understanding of the team dynamics. There are individuals, for example, who exhibit disruptive behavior in an open way. You'll know they're disruptive. There are teammates who have negative attitudes. They might not show it to you, but whenever they interact with people, you can see that people's thermostats or thermometers drop. Remember, everybody can be a thermostat or a thermometer. As a thermostat, you control the temperature. And there are people who, when they interact with people, there are thermostats who lower, which means they get people less enthusiastic, less excited, less anything, because they have negative or bad attitudes. You want to get rid of those people. And of course, you have teammates who consistently fail to adhere to the team's values and norms. Maybe they cause conflict, maybe they disrupt communication, maybe they simply hinder progress towards team goals. So as leaders, it's crucial to address the presence of troublemakers promptly and decisively. Ignoring their behavior or hoping that the issues will resolve themselves can have detrimental effects on the team as a whole. The longer a troublemaker remains within the team, the more damage they can cause and the more difficult it becomes to restore a positive and productive environment. Once a troublemaker is identified, it's essential to initiate a conversation to understand the reasons behind their behavior. Talk to them. Sometimes they have personal issues. Sometimes it's miscommunication. Sometimes it's misunderstandings. But as a leader, you should provide a safe space for open dialogue, allowing them to express their concerns and frustrations. However, you are not a guidance counselor. You're not a therapist. You have to be in certain ways, but you're not a psychologist. If after you talk to them and you explain to them why what they're doing isn't beneficial to themselves or the team, but they persist with the nonsense they're doing, it may be necessary to take appropriate action. And what does this include in a volunteer army? Usually, again, you want to help them. You don't want to hinder them. But if helping them does not help, then you just have to remove the individual from the team. Again, isolate them. If they're working with people, move those people away from them. Remove those people from under them. Removing a troublemaker can be difficult, but it is essential to protect the team dynamics and ensure a positive and conducive working environment. Because the actions, people are drawn to negativity. You can say all the right things, do all the right things, and people will be like, But you go say something negative, you go say something bad, everybody's like, what? That's just life. That's just life. Think about it. It's like when you're driving and you see an accident by the side of the road. What do most people do? Most people slow down to stare at the accident. Wow. It's not like they can do anything, but they literally slow down and they start staring because it's bad news. It's negative. People are conditioned to do what? People are conditioned to pay more attention to negative stuff than to positive stuff. So you can say the right thing to your teammates, you can do the right things, but the moment you have a troublemaker who comes and says, whatever yin yang that isn't positive, that person will draw all sorts of disgruntled people and will be, a lightning rod for disaffection, which has an effect on the entire team. It affects your morale, it affects motivation, and it affects overall performance. So again, by taking decisive action, you demonstrate that disruptive behavior and negative attitudes will not be tolerated, sending a clear message to the rest of the team. But please understand, it's crucial to approach this process with fairness and transparency. Ensure that you have clear guidelines as to what it is you're doing. Otherwise, you'll just be like a bull in a china shop, destroying everything because somebody pissed you off. You don't want to do that. But of course, please remember, as you build your teams, have a positive and supportive culture, encourage open communication, encourage collaboration, encourage respect. Don't just be like, the guy who comes, to a carpenter or to a hammer, everything is a nail. So you don't want to be a person who is just, being very decisive with everybody. Number 4, give each individual a chance to win. It's essential to provide each team member with a fair chance to showcase their abilities and contribute to the team's success. There are plenty of things that they have to do for themselves. Very correct. But there are also things they can do to benefit the team and the organization as a whole. When they show that they have strengths in those areas, give them a chance to showcase their abilities. Giving individuals equal opportunities based on their skills, their potential, and achievements is a fundamental aspect of fostering a positive and inclusive team environment. And again, everybody has unique skills. Some people are good at A, some people are good at B, some people are good at C. Whatever they're good at, give them a chance to shine if they've earned it. So as a leader, it's important to recognize that each team member brings unique strengths, experiences, and perspectives to the table. So by acknowledging and appreciating these differences, you can help tap into the diverse talents within your organization and unlock their full potential. Of course, as a leader, it's your responsibility to be proactive in identifying and nurturing talent within your team. Spotting potential and providing growth opportunities can be instrumental in helping team members develop their skills and reach new heights. But please remember, opportunities should be based on merit and performance rather than arbitrary decisions. Like I said, when you're punishing or removing bad eggs in your organization, again, you have to do it with responsibility. Same thing with rewards. You have to do it based on merit and performance if you want an organization where people feel they have a fair shot of success. If you're just arbitrary and capricious, it's not going to work. All right, now the next thing is consider fight, determination, courage, and desire. When it comes to building a great team, it's crucial to consider the attributes of fight, determination, courage, and desire in your team members. These qualities are essential. They're extremely essential for overcoming challenges, pushing boundaries, and achieving extraordinary results. Fight refers to the tenacity and resilience displayed by individuals who, when faced with obstacles or setbacks, it's about having the inner drive and determination to keep pushing forward even in the face of adversity. A team comprised of individuals who possess the fight mentality is more likely to overcome obstacles and achieve success, as they don't easily give up or lose hope. Think about it. I mean, I'm sure many of you have heard this. It's better to be it's better to be a lion leading an army of sheep than it is to be a sheep leading an army of lions. Why? Because again, if the leader has no fight, the people behind him probably won't have any fight. So as you're building a team, of course, you're looking for leaders, you're not looking for followers. So you want to find individuals who have that fight in them. Determination is closely linked to fight, and it involves having a strong sense of purpose and a firm resolve to accomplish goals. Determined individuals possess a laser-like focus on their objectives and are willing to put in the necessary effort and hard work to achieve them. They exhibit perseverance, they exhibit discipline and steadfastness, and a steadfast commitment to their tasks and responsibilities. What's courage? Courage plays a vital role in team success. It's about having the bravery to take risks, step out of comfort zones, and embrace new challenges. Courageous team members are not afraid to voice their ideas and to do what needs to be done. They basically take leadership. They are willing to confront difficult situations head on. They're willing to make tough decisions, and they're ready to embrace uncertainty. In business, you have to have uncertainty. So people who are courageous are able to do that. By encouraging courage within your team, you foster an environment that nurtures creativity, innovation, and growth. Desire, I think probably that's one of the most important factors, because desire encompasses the passion, enthusiasm, and hunger for success. It's the burning desire to excel, to constantly improve, and to make significant impact. Team members with a strong desire have a relentless pursuit of excellence and a genuine passion for what they do. Their enthusiasm is contagious, and they can inspire others to elevate their performance and strive for greatness. So again, you want to look for people who have those qualities. Number 6, you have to look for cooperation and a good attitude. In addition to the previous rules, it's crucial to emphasize the importance of cooperation and cultivating a good attitude within your team. These aspects contribute to a harmonious and productive work environment where individuals can collaborate effectively and strive towards shared goals. If you don't have that, if you do not have people who want to cooperate and a good attitude, you're going to have chaos. That's just the way things are. And you don't want to have chaos, which is disruptive. You want to have chaos, which is good, which is everybody is striving towards being, higher ground, but in a cooperative way. And what's cooperation? Cooperation is the ability to work together towards a common objective, leveraging each team member's strengths and skills. If you know what you have to do, get it done. The next person gets it done. We're all cooperating. We're all parts of a whole. Maybe your role this week is to get your license. Maybe your role this week is to close a sale. Maybe your role this week is to close, whatever it is, do your part, play your part, be an active participant in your business. Engage in effective communication with your people who you lead, with the people who lead you, and the people you are colleagues with. You have to engage in effective communication. When you don't communicate, the only person you're setting back is yourself. And when you set yourself back, who does that hurt? It hurts you. So encouraging cooperation starts with fostering an environment of trust and respect. Obviously, if you are leading a volunteer army, you have to make sure you trust your people, and your people have to trust you. Some people have trust issues, don't get me wrong, nothing you can do about it. But that's a small majority, or rather a small minority, not a small majority. That's a small minority of the population. Most people, I think, are trusting, even in places like New York. They will at least give you the benefit of doubt. And of course, a good attitude is vital. Lastly, encourage continuous learning and personal growth. That's essential. If you're going to have a great team, you have to have people who want to continuously learn and grow. You have to do what? Develop your skills, expand your knowledge, and strive for personal improvement if you want to be the best you can be. And you have to do the same thing with your teammates. What does continuous learning involve? Continuous learning involves the ongoing process of acquiring new knowledge, refining existing skills, and adapting to new technologies and methodologies. For example, we've gone digital. That's new, but we have to do it. And when you're learning, it empowers you to stay relevant, it empowers you to stay innovative, and it allows you to stay adaptable in an ever-evolving workspace. The universe is moving forward. The universe is not moving backwards. You want to move forward alongside it. And now, when it comes to self-development, and I think this is what many of us don't understand, it doesn't take that much work. It really doesn't. If you want to, people say, oh, wow, that guy is an overachiever, or that lady is an overachiever. Well, in my opinion, there is no such thing as an overachiever. I think everybody achieves what they have to get. And people who are perceived to be overachievers are not really magical beings with extraordinary abilities. They are simply individuals who have dedicated themselves to continuous self-improvement through what? Through, in most cases, systematic study and systematic thinking. Because think of it this way, your mind is like a muscle, and it will only develop to the extent that you use it. So, for example, if you devote 1 hour a day to study, just 1 hour, 1 hour a day, you're going to study something. Like when I wake up in the morning after I pray, my next thing is to study. I read every morning. There is not going to be a morning where I'm not going to read. And I think my Kindle streak, I don't even know what it's at right now, but I think it's like crazy numbers. I'll share them with you guys later on if you want to see them. But the thing is, you have to read. So now every day you study, and you study for 1 hour. And let's say you say, you know what, I am going to study for 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, not 7 days. Saturday and Sunday, you take those days off, or Wednesday and Friday, whatever days, it doesn't matter. But 5 days a week, you study for 5 hours. That adds up to 260 hours a year. That's 1,300 hours in 5 years, or the equivalent of 162 8-hour work days dedicated to study and research. If you commit to this practice for 5 years, you will literally become an encyclopedia of whatever it is you're studying. You will become one of the most accomplished professionals in your field. The world will literally be yours. Now, let's put this into perspective. The average person works 8 hours a day for about 50 weeks a year for 40 years. That's more than enough time to become great at anything. But do most people do that? No, most people spend that time being average and ordinary. You don't want to be that. So you want to have personal growth so you can become extraordinary. By demonstrating your own dedication to growth, you will inspire and motivate others to follow suit. Because remember, your mind is literally a magnet. Your mind is a magnet. When you focus on self-improvement, you're going to attract things that you don't even know exist. Why? Because you're able to have conversations and you're able to perceive things which others might not. So anyway, that's it for me this morning. Thank you all for being a part of today's Mastermind Mastery session on building a great team. I hope you found what we covered important. I hope you found it insightful. I hope you found it inspiring. To all members of our team who are listening, obviously, thank you. I appreciate you. You are dedicated and committed to becoming better, and that's a wonderful thing. Your willingness to embrace continuous learning and personal growth is what sets you apart from most people. So let's continue to grow. Let's continue to keep on going to the next level. And to our viewers on YouTube, thank you for joining us. I know I was talking to somebody yesterday who was like, yes, I watched all your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us today. If you found value in this session, of course, I kindly request you to like this video, share it with others who may benefit, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content. If you've considered a career in financial services, reach out. We're always expanding. So if it's something you want to do, you want to learn more about, reach out to us. We're all here to win. Life is not a dress rehearsal. And of course, please remember, greatness is not achieved in isolation, but through the collective effort and the commitment of individuals who are all striving towards a common goal of continuous improvement. So together, let's create an environment where learning, growth, and personal development thrive. Again, thank you all for joining us this morning. I am looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow for our next Mastermind Mastery meeting. As always, I'm Coach AD. God bless America. God bless Team Alpha.